What is up? Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. Back with some more Visions of Mana gameplay for you. And I want to state this right here, right from the get-go. What I'm about to say is not a knock on the game Visions of Mana. It's not me trying to disrespect it at all. It just happens to be the latest game in the genre that I love that's doing what I'm about to be talking about. And that is this. I love JRPGs. They're one of my favorite genre of video games to play, right next to survival horror games. But there's something about JRPGs I absolutely hate and I cannot stand. And as I've gotten older, it drives me more nuts because it seems like developers are just either they're ignorant to it or they just don't care or they don't want to hear any criticism. Because I just feel like fans I've heard a few people complain about this, but maybe they just don't hear the complaints or maybe some people just don't care. But what is the one thing I can't stand in JRPGs? Well, you've just been watching the last minute since this clip's been playing. And that is side quest. No, not the fact that you have side quests and that you do side quests, but pointless side quests that amount to like hundreds of these things where they just keep popping up and popping up and pop up, and they're more just for something to do, to just for the sake of just, hey, you did it, and the sake of completion, and just the sake of padding out the time. Now, if you ever play a JRPG, you know they're a long game by nature. But the problem here is I feel like some of this time for some of these JRPG games, you just don't need them to be this long. And one of the things that pads out a lot of that time is these side quests that are pointless. Now, as I said, I like side quests, but I'm a believer of, quality over quantity. I don't care how many side quests you have, because if I had 100 side quests and 90 plus of them are just the same redundant thing, it's just like, what's even the point? And they're usually the same old side quests that you repeat multiple times of go here or retrieve this material or get this ingredient from something or fight this pack of monsters or save this guy who decided to go up against this one pack of monsters or, find this item that I dropped or whatever the case may be. If you've played them, you know what I'm talking about. And then they'll repeat over and over again. And you can tell you get really annoyed by side quests when at a certain point when you're doing them. Like when you first play the game, you try to read all the dialogue the NPCs give you. But then after you've done the same quest and you kind of get the patterns down, you're just like, I don't even care what the quest is. Let's just scroll through it as fast as I can, spam the X button just so I can get to the point, go to where it needs to tell me to do the mission, return, get the reward, and move on. And then when you get so tired of it, nothing more infuriating than going back to town and realizing there's like all these quest markers all over the place, and they're all the same stupid quests. And not to mention, you're doing these quests for people who you don't give a rat's, anus about. You don't care about any of these people. You're just doing it because, hey, it's a sense of completion. But the better part is when you have all these quests to do, and then the reward ain't even worth it. The only thing I can think of is, hey, maybe get a little experience. But a lot of times, like in this game, you don't get experience for doing the quest. You get usually an item and stuff. And a lot of these things are stuff you just get like generically running through the game anyway. So it's not like it's something worth it. Not every side quest and every JRPG is the same. Some are different. But sometimes you're not even getting a reward for it. It's just more a sense of completion to pad out the time when it doesn't need to be. I'd rather have 80% less side quests if the other side quests I have remaining were high quality quests that I'm going to remember and I have a lot of fun doing and are unique and different. I don't understand why this is such a foreign concept. No one wants to find the random item out in the field for the 1,000th time in a game. It gets really old, really monotonous, and really infuriating really quick. And it's not just us. I'm not just picking on this game. It's just the latest offender. I mean, just about every JRPG has it to an extent. And I know it's not going to be a perfect balance, but damn, some have it way more than others. Like I can remember like certain side quests, even in like later entries there, like Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. Like what is the purpose of that chicken side quest? It's just there to piss you off. Like that is the whole point of it. I'm not saying every quest was there to piss me off, but it's like that's like an example of one. It's like there's no reason that needs to exist. And then the best part about a lot of these quests is like they're so easy to complete. Like you don't even have to do hardly anything. I love it when they give you a quest and the answer to that quest is literally on the same. Like you don't even have to like fast travel or go to another area. It's like in the same vicinity of whoever got. Like, hey, I couldn't walk like 100 feet to pick this up, so we'll just have you do it for me. Like Really? Like, how lazy can you possibly be? But yeah, they get really old, really monotonous, really quick, and I don't understand why. And then you think about it, like the overall time it takes to play a JRPG. If it took like 50 hours to complete and I don't know 80 hours to do everything, and I'm just hypothetically saying that for any JRPG, how many of those 100% completion parts are just things you don't really need? Like they're just there just to drag out and stretch out the time, and I feel like those moments really hurt the brand of a game overall in the long stretch of things. Like if they didn't have all those monotonous things, I think the game overall would be so much better. Yeah, you wouldn't spend as much time, but I would rather spend less time and have it be more enjoyable than spend more time and feel like, man, I can't wait till this is over. Because if you're having that much fun in a game, it's gonna feel like you don't want the thing to end. But if you're not having too much fun, you're just being bored out of your mind or doing the same redundant things, then it's going to drag out a lot longer than it should be. And as I said before, JRPGs are long, so I don't think they need to be longer by any stretch of imagination. They need to be a lot shorter, and these side quests are not helping out. And I know someone's going to say, well, you don't have to do them. Sorry, when I buy a game for the full package. I don't buy a game. It's like buying a car. I don't buy a car to get 3 wheels. I buy a car to get 4 wheels and a whole complete package. When I buy a JRPG, I want to do all the quests. And I'm sorry, but like for all of us, people like to do everything, it gets really old and it gets really tiresome. And like here, just watching all these clips, I've completed about like 3 or 4 or 5 side quests in like 5 minutes. If even that. Like, what was the point of that? What was the point of having so many just redundant things? And this is just one area at this specific time in the game. Like, just imagine all the other areas you go in there. They're all kind of quest markers and stuff everywhere. All I'm asking people who create and develop JRPG games is stop having so many side quests. If you can't find anything too unique, then just don't repeat the same thing over and over. Or at the very least, make my side quests give me something that's actually worth a worthwhile reward. I don't want to do the, find the material out in the field for the 15,000th time. That's all I ask. Have some unique qualities in your side quest. Make the side quest important. Make the people who give you the side quest important, not just random characters that you don't give a damn about, random NPCs. That's all I ask. I don't think that's an unreasonable ask. I don't think that's an unreasonable demand. In this case, less is more. I don't want to have 10,000 side quests. I'd rather have 50 side quests. If 40 plus of them are really high quality, then have like 150, and only maybe like 10 or 20 have any decent quality, and the other 130 are just complete redundant trash. I'm just like, I'm sick and tired of seeing and doing, but because of that completionist syndrome inside me, I'd say I gotta do it. Unfortunately, it's just torturing me at this point. But hopefully I made that abundantly clear what I was trying to get across, get to my point. But as I always like to say, that's my opinion. I want to hear your guys' opinion. If you are a fan of JRPGs and you've played enough of them, do you believe that the side quests are so bad in terms of how they have so many side quests that are pointless? They're the same things you do over and over and over again. There's hardly any unique ones. And it just seems like the game is just padded out to be way longer than it should be, and completely overstays its welcome right when you get to the end. And you're just like, man, this should have been over 10, maybe 20 plus hours ago. But let me know how you guys feel. But that is going to be it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and hopefully I can see you guys back in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope to hear from you all later. Peace.